Well, guys, it has been a while since we've had some RetroPie action, so I've got my Raspberry Pi powered up, and what I'd like to show you today in this video is this image. This is an image you can find on Arcade Punks called Weird Dirty Gaming. There was a 32 gig image, but this one is 64 gigabytes. So let's jump over. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning here. We've got Cody. We've got Amstrad CPC. Over 2,000 arcade games. So many there. I don't even know where to start. I'm not even left A. So there's so many there. I mean, I guess the only criticism would be that there's so many, you know, it would be good if these were actually categorized. You know, because Street Fighter and all that's in there, but, you know, it'll be a while to find it. Pretty much all Atari games by the looks of it. Atari 5200, 7800. We've got Game & Watch as well. It's quite interesting. Game Gear 249. There's hacked Game Gear games. Game Boy Advance. Looks like all of them there. Game Boy Advance hacked. Game Boy Color. Yep. Game Boy Color hacked. We've got the Genesis 191 hacked games. So there's going to be a lot of hacked games in there. Custom games. Angry Birds. Master System. Sega Genesis MSX, which was the initial console for Metal Gear Solid, I believe. Or Metal Gear, sorry. I knew one guy that had that. I played it when I was younger. Nintendo 64, they've put on 303 Nintendo 64 games, which is a little bit surprising because it does run, but the audio is always messed up. Nintendo DS, there's a few games there. NEO-GEO, 138. Good selection. They're all kind of arcade style. NES games. Hacked NES games. There's only 6 there. DOSBox. PC Engine. Or TurboGrafx. Pixel. Don't know what that is. Pixel Desktop. Alright, okay. That's the actual desktop if you want in desktop environment. There's a couple of ports. Kodi, desktop. 1 PSP game. 10 PSP minis. 25 PlayStation games. Good selection. Metal Gear Solid, Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo. Actually quite a good selection there. Can't really disagree with any of those. And the configuration area. 32X. Sega CD. The Sega SG-1000, which came before the Master System. And the good old SNES. Hacked SNES games. Oops, I didn't mean to go into that. I've just went into a hacked SNES game. And I don't even know which one I picked. We'll see in a second. So you'll see here, it's got all of the systems have this television overlay over it. You can change that in the settings area. But actually it looks quite good. Yeah, I'm going to just come out of this random Japanese, I don't know what this kind of game is. TurboGrafx 16, Vectrix, Virtual Boy, WonderSwan Color. Then you've got all games, 10,036 games. That's just insane. You can put all your games in favorites and it shows you last played as well. You can see I was playing F1 pole position. I would say it's a very, very good mix of retro games. It's got all the older systems that I wanted. So I'll just jump back over and we'll just play some games and I'll just show you some games on it. So let's start off with Atari. You know, what was that, about 650 games or so. Okay, let's play some California games. And again, you can see this overlay. I mean, you can turn this off if you want, but I actually think, you know, if you're going to be playing your games in the 4:3 aspect ratio anyway, then it kind of makes sense to have the overlay. And the overlays look quite good. They've chosen good images. So okay, what's this, the hacky sack thing? Oh. I'm actually quite good at this, aren't I? This could turn into a good drinking game, couldn't it? Right, that's enough. That's enough of that for now. Right, let's go a little bit newer. The Game & Watch, I quite like the fact they've put that in just for a nostalgia point of view. I'm not sure how they would perform, but let's look at the arcade games. It's, there's 2,000 odd arcade games. And I think there's, with so many games, I guess in one way it's good that it's all put in one area, but it would be good to categorise them somehow. I don't know how, maybe, putting fighting games together. You'll see a lot of Capcom games in here. One of the retro images that I used before had about 8 or 9 different categories for arcade games. They put them under like Capcom, then Konami, and Tecmo, and all this kind of thing. Oh, I've just jumped over to Amstrad there by accident. I've not played this before, but that actually looks quite awesome when you see it. So again, all these games are loading up in RetroArch, and RetroArch you can go in, you can change the controls, you can mess around, you can, save games and all this kind of thing as well. Oh, it's a vertical shooter. That's quite good. Winners don't use drugs. That used to be in every arcade game when we were younger.
Presented by Kate.
Funny things with emulators is the games take as long as they did to load back in the day. You could speed these things up, but they've done it in the exact same way. Right, okay. Insert coin. How do you insert coin again? Select? Yeah, select.
Select your battle.
Oh, this looks good. Hit rapidly for shots.
Okay.
I don't know what I picked there. But I like the look of this. I must admit, I like the look of this. It's kind of like a vertical UN squadron. Oh, I just put a bomb down there.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, I'm liking this. I've never heard of this before. This is really good. It's very like UN Squadron, that kind of idea. This is a kind of game you really do want to be playing 2-player though. Trap on. So first impressions of the oh, that was bad. I really need a bomb here, don't I? Power up. First impressions of the image itself though is positive. I've tried some other ones and I like how this one has got mostly retro, which is what I'm looking for. And it kind of makes sense as well putting in the older games because they perform better on the Raspberry Pi Model B. If you were using this, an emulation station and you had a powerful computer, then you'd maybe want to use it with you'd maybe want to use it with with the Dreamcast games and all that kind of thing, more powerful systems. But I'll show you the Nintendo 64 because there is a large collection of them in here. There we go. Now this is one of my favourite consoles. Now the problem with this one is that it's always the audio, and it just can't handle the audio. There's FIFA games. I'll put on GoldenEye. Now you'll see what I mean about the audio in a second. I tried this before as well, and the controls are a little messed up. I don't know why. I maybe have to go into RetroArch and change the controls a little bit. I don't have them set up correctly. Okay, here we go. Look at the overlay. Maybe we'll see a Nintendo 64 classic in a few years' time. That'd be pretty good. I mean, the technology is there already. They could do it already. They just, I reckon it would be a few years before they bring it out, though. Now you can see the audio. Well, you can hear the audio. Sorry. See the cursor? I'm not moving anything. The cursor's just going up the way. I don't know what that. I don't know why it's doing that. I think I picked the easiest mode there. Yeah, you can hear the audio. It's jerky. Like, graphics wise, the Raspberry Pi actually does quite well with this. A little bit jerky, but look at, like, I can't. How do I even get? I can't. I'm moving my controls around, and I look like someone that's never played games before. I can't. You know, I'm moving my PlayStation 3 thumbsticks around, and it's just not working. I'm spinning around, and yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there we go. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was me. There's the shoot button. Leave me on the shoot button here. Oh, chop him! I'm gonna chop him. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Right, chop. I want to chop. Yeah, I'm really... With the PlayStation 3 controller, I've really not sussed this out yet. I'm trying to chop someone. Where is it? That's a rock? Right, before I embarrass myself, I'm going to come out of this. Okay, I'll just show you one other system. Right, so we've got the older systems here. That handled... I mean, Nintendo 64 is probably the most powerful one that they've got here, isn't it? PlayStation games will be fine. Maybe put on a SEGA CD. Right. How about... Well, there's Sonic the Hedgehog CD. That's actually a really good game. Then we've got a different overlay here. Again, we've got the 6-button controller on the left and then the SEGA CD on the right. On the Mega CD. This was one of the best games on the Sega CD. Very well regarded. It was released a few years ago on, you know, many systems, iPad, Android, and all that. Quite a hard game at times. This past future thing. I used to play this actually with my ex-girlfriend's little boy, and we'd do that past future thing. You had to keep going between the past and the future to get the... there we go. How do I get down there? Yeah, you have to keep going between the past and the future. It's like, it's part of the storyline. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, there we go. Eventually got it. Right, I'll try and finish at least one level. I'm actually not doing that good here. I'm quite slow. I'm not going to get the 50 rings. Come back out. So guys, as you can see, there is a good selection of games, over 10,000 games. I think they've done well. They've not, you know, for certain systems, they've got everything. You know, like for the classics like Atari, like Nintendo, like the Sega Genesis, or the Mega Drive as we would call it in the UK. I like the fact they've included hack games. And it's quite interesting. They've thrown in a lot of interesting things like Game & Watch, PSP Minis, you know, obscure systems like the Sega SG-1000. The interface is good. It's quite a quiet system as far as the interface and that goes. But there's a lot there. And yeah, it's easy to recommend. It's one of the better ones that I've tried. Definitely one of the better RetroPie setups that I've tried. It's got most of the things that I would want. There you go. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been the Weird Dirty Gaming 64GB RetroPie image for well, version 1.2 they're calling it. Very, very good system. Over 10,000 games. There's a lot of really good games there. The interface is kind of childish, really, when you think about it, compared to some of the other ones that are more kind of media orientated. You know, some of the other ones play videos and that. But there's a good selection of games, and that's the most important thing. Set up well. There's a lot of configuration options that you can do as well. And yeah, I think it's a good image. I'll try and do a live stream with it one day, and we'll go through and we'll play some arcade games. So overall, I think, yeah, it's quite impressive. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been the Weird Dirty Gaming 64GB RetroPie image, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I'll leave a link to the information page on Arcade Punks, and you can check out yourself. And until next time, take care.